Hi everyone, welcome back to Rabbi's Reflection. I'm glad that you're joining with me today. We'll be continuing in our study of Kitchen Table Wisdom by Dr. Naomi Remen, and today reading the story Lineage. Stay with us as we read through the story and offer some reflections. We have not only lost one another, we have become isolated from the past as well. I spent one afternoon talking to a Tibetan friend about the gratitude the Buddhist practitioner feels toward his teachers, his awareness of the living chain of service through which the wisdom has been passed since the Buddha lived 2,500 years ago. I was touched by his experience of the continuity of his lineage, his intuitive sense of the presence of those who have passed the light of the teachings to him. I was especially struck by something he said toward the close of the conversation. Rachel, our lineage is our strength. It is not something that I have thought much about as a physician. There is such great pride in the power we have at present, the hard-won technological tools of diagnosis and treatment, that the past tends to be seen as primitive and outmoded. A sort of computer age mentality of almost instant obsolescence. The following day I was teaching at the medical school, an interconnected group of massive white buildings set on the top of a hill. In the midst of an intense discussion of the future of medicine, the anxieties accompanying the advent of managed care, the fears of time pressure and financial considerations eroding the excellence of care, the paranoia of government control and big business intervention, I found my thoughts once again returning to the idea of lineage, and I began to present this idea to the medical students. I told them about my Tibetan friend, his experience of the destruction of Tibet by the Chinese communists, and his belief in the importance of lineage in times of chaos and crisis. I reminded them that our medical center, with its commitment to teaching, research, and service, stands in a direct and unbroken lineage to the temples of Asclepius, the father of medicine. This first medical center also stood on a hill, and people came from throughout the known world to study, to uncover the hidden secrets of healing, and to be healed. No writings from this period survive, and the earliest known description of the temples is found in the writings of Cicero, who notes that in the central courtyard of the temples there stood a statue of Venus, the goddess of love. I reminded them that for all its technological power, medicine is not a technological enterprise. The practice of medicine is a special kind of love. I tell them that our lineage can become our strength and our healing. This week, Dr. Remen comes to teach us about lineage, comes to teach us about the power of feeling connected to our past. As I was reflecting on this story and reading through it and just kind of chewing it over, I remembered, or I thought about the fact that I don't have such a strong connection to my past. What I mean by that is to say, I know my parents. I had the privilege of being able to meet my grandparents. But that's it. I might have heard stories about my great-grandparents, and some of us might have had that opportunity to even meet them while they were alive. But past that, I don't know. I don't know anything. And I think that's very telling about who we are, that we don't really know too much about our past. Maybe there's some brief kind of sketches that we have a sense of, perhaps when our families might have come to America. Some of us may have even, dabbled in genealogy and being able to trace our lineage. But I think most of us don't. And I think there's something lost in that. Even if it's not a kind of formal endeavor, but the sense of just thinking of our lineage and thinking of our past as a source of our strength. I know for myself, and Dr. Remen reflects about this in her practice of medicine, we feel powerful in the present moment. The past seems outdated and, as she says, primitive or outmoded. What do we need with it? It's about now. It's about the future. And I think this is a really beautiful lesson about the power that we can hold on to while being in the present, knowing that we're connected to a really rich lineage. Whether it's our family, whether it's our professional lineage, whether it's our spiritual lineage, I think each of these different routes or paths can be an amazing strength. I know for myself, thinking about it personally as a rabbi or personally as a Jewish person, I know that when, I celebrate Shabbat, I am in some ways doing the same thing that my ancestors have done for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And that's a pretty amazing feeling. If I'm honest with myself, I think that is really kind of, it gives me a strength to know that I'm not alone in this, that I have others that are with me along my journey and along my path. And so I imagine each of us, regardless of our spiritual or religious background, might feel that. And if some of us might be more connected to our families, we might feel that as well, or wherever our career or vocation is or was. And so I think that's really something beautiful to take on, that our lineage, as Dr. Remen writes, quoting her friend, our lineage is our strength. Okay, well, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.